jump on here and chat with you guys and stuff like that. Alrighty, so if you was looking at my Instagram and stuff like that, you saw I finished the collab piece with Funk's old brother. I posted it today. I finished it last night around 4 a.m. 4 a.m. my time. I sent it over to him to get his thoughts. He loved it. So I said, all right, cool. So I said, I'm gonna go to bed. When I wake up, I'll post it. So, like I was saying in previous live streams when I was doing the live stream, of me making it and stuff like that. Uh, the original shot was a photography shot of his of a Harley Quinn statue or figure that he has. He takes really dope pictures of these statues. They look almost like paintings sometimes. And they look real. And with someone collabing, I said, well, I want to have an idea for that Harley. Let's work with that Harley. So he's like, cool, no problem. And yeah, he sent it over to me, the original image. And basically, I went from there. Whole theme of the piece, like I said, was the haunting of Harley Quinn. My whole idea behind it was basically what she sees in her head that's making her go crazy. She's seen all these different versions of Jokers. They're constantly like whispering in her ear. The Harley vision, like I said, from the games, the Arkham games, like that's basically how she sees the world. All she constantly sees is this psycho, violent things around her. And that's why she's so crazy. This was a lot of fun to make, especially with doing the Jokers and stuff like that. I know I've been on DC for a little bit, but it is what it is. Me personally, my favorite thing is probably doing the Phoenix Joker, holding her chin and like looking at her, and she's kind of just like she's there. She's crying tears of blood and stuff like that. That's probably like my favorite aspect of it. The hand was a pain in the ass to do, but I managed it. So I did 4 different versions of it. Basically, 2 color variants and then 2 text, no text. So this is the pink, because in the games the Psycho Vision is like this bright pink and black things that she sees, words floating everywhere and stuff like that. So that's where the color scheme came from. And then I got it with and without the text in the front, so that way you can see both versions. Then I did I call it the Joker Green Gas variant because of the green. So again, the same thing with the text is that bright green. The vision has that green tint, but I wanted to leave the Harley symbols as pink, so I felt like it popped off the green more. And then obviously with the highlights, I just made the highlights green just to match everything else, and then did a text and a non-text version. So that was a lot of fun. Looking at it now, I've spent so much time doing Lito's face tattoos, and most of them you can't see, but it is what it is. It's there, you just can't see it, but it's there. I'm really happy with how it came out, and I'm not sure yet. I was thinking of doing more variations with different versions of Harley in the middle. I'm undecided yet because I've been doing a lot of DC and I kind of want to do something else. So I might come back to this and then do like a different version of Harley in the middle to make more variations of it. Um, Maybe they'll be for Patreon or whatnot. But I'm really happy with how everything came out. And this is one of my, I had a lot of fun with this. Um, I was really glad I got to live stream it so you could see me actually painting the hair, painting the faces, putting the faces together. Because it was a lot of work. This was a few days of work, putting it together, taking breaks here and there. So my next piece that I'm probably going to be working on, I'm going to jump back to my own thing now. I'm still undecided if I'm going to jump right into the mouse painting that I was doing, which is only about, I'd say, 40% done, or jump right into the project that I have. I mean, it's not due until the end of the month, so it's not really a rush for me to jump into that right now. So I might knock off one or two of my own art and then go into that. In terms of collabing, the collabs, I like doing the collabs. I'm always, looking out to do more. So, if there's artists out there, digital artists that I follow, my peers that want to do something, feel free to hit me up, and we'll see if we can knock something out. So that's about that. Quick update on like the shows and stuff like that. I mentioned it before, but like AwesomeCon, basically it's just fully canceled. They're done for the year. So their new dates for next year was early May. I want to say like May. It's like May 4, 5, 6, I believe. I'd have to double check. So I'll be there. Basically, they just moved my table to next year, which is what most of these shows are doing. The only thing is I need to check dates because what's happening with the COVID stuff, and all these shows are basically postponing to next year. We're getting a lot of double booking dates, so there's a lot of shows that unfortunately, while I I'm usually at, this show and I'm usually at that show because I average about 25 to 30-ish shows a year. But already this year, talking about next year, a lot of shows are double booking, so I'm having to pick and choose. I could do this show, but if I do this show, I can't do this show. So next year is going to be a little weird. So now I'm looking for shows that I haven't done that I can do to pick up the slack of me losing out on certain shows that I love doing, which is a bummer. Ace Chicago. I have no idea what's going on with Ace Chicago. They have not reached out to us. They have not sent us an update. If you go on their website, there's no mention of it. On Facebook, there's no mention of it. So I'm under the impression that it's gonna get canceled and they're just waiting. So I'm assuming that's a no-go. So the only other show will be New York Comic Con, and I am almost 99.9% sure they're gonna cancel this year. So that will be pretty much it for me in terms of shows. It sucks. 2020 it's been tough. It's been tough on a lot of us, a lot of artists, a lot of regular people. This making art has been my main job. Like, this is what I do for a living since I want to say the end of 2018. 2019, I fully committed. So 2019, 2018, I was mostly only doing this, but I had like little side jobs, little side hustles here and there. 2019, last year, did the most shows I've ever done, and I made a commitment last year where it was this was my life, art. That's it, and I did very well. You know, at the end of the year, I said I was gonna see how I did, and I was very happy. Like, I'm not breaking the bank. I'm not, living the high life or anything like that at all. But I made a little bit more than what I made when I was doing just my daily job. 2 years prior. So that showed me, I can make a living doing this. A livable living. But then 2020 happened, and it showed me also how quickly I'll be stuck at zero again, because I did about 3 shows early this year. Thank God I was able to do the C2E2. But once this COVID stuff happened, everything just died, and it's just stayed dead, and it's gonna stay dead for the rest of the year. And who knows how much of 2021 is going to be affected as well. I'm assuming most of the beginning of the year is going to be just like 2020. So I'm expecting shows not to start to March, April, maybe they'll try for. So, it's tough. It's tough. I did the Patreon, because people will say do the Patreon. That helps a little bit. Thank you everybody who supports on the Patreon and all that stuff. I do direct sales with the prints, so I appreciate everybody who does direct sales with me and orders prints directly. But that's pretty much it. And besides commissions here and there. I'm always open for commissions, so if you want to commission something, feel free to hit me up. We'll discuss it. My commission prices for this year are not as high as they were last year, for obvious reasons. One, the economy, not everybody has that kind of money, and also the reality is, I can't be charging what I would normally charge in this type of economy. So that helps. People getting work, that they're able to get something, and it's not as expensive like it was last year. Me living in New York, they just announced last year that they're going to be opening the schools, so that's going to be interesting, because you keep hearing in the news these other places where they open schools and the kids are coming home sick after 1 or 2 days, the first week, and it's a nightmare. And let's be for real, none of those school systems are like the New York City school system. There's no other school system in the world like the New York City school system, just in terms of the amount of kids, the amount of classrooms, the amount of everything. It's just so astronomically higher than anywhere else. And they're forcing it through. They gave us options of blended learning, which is probably what they're gonna do, which is what my oldest is gonna do. That's in high school. My youngest is probably gonna be remote learning from home. But basically, they told us if you choose to do remote learning, you choose to do remote learning for the whole year. So basically, if we choose to do remote learning for September, while the pandemic and everything is going on, but say come January, February, everything's back to normal, you can't send your kid back to school. Because once you pick homeschooling, remote learning, homeschooling, that's it for the year. And also, the blended learning, if for some reason at any point you take them out, your kid out, and put them into remote learning, that's it. You can't go back to blended. It's tough. It's tough on us parents. It's tough on the school teachers. It's tough on everybody. It's just a sucky situation. my oldest, who's in fashion, high school, she needs that hands on. So she has to do the blended. I can't have her stay home. The remote learning is great, but you don't get that hands on learning with your craft and stuff like that, and that teacher time. And she needs that. So she'll be doing the blended. My youngest will be doing remote, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, that's just a life update. I'm not sure why that popped up in my head. So one last thing, the giveaway, of course, is still going on up until the 30th. All you got to do is comment on the post what kind of art you want to make. I've been getting some amazing responses, and reading the responses. I always make sure I respond back with some positivity and encouragement. But it's amazing seeing some of the responses that I'm getting. It's a free graphics tablet, amazing tablet to start with, amazing tablet for travel if you already are into digital art. US only. Make sure you also have to follow me at @Tauros_art, and either or both or either at XP Pen and XP Pen USA. So basically, you follow one or both of the XP Pen accounts, my account, and like I said, you just comment what you would like to create. And like I said, I've been reading some amazing comments. It's been very humbling. Parents looking for things for their kids, artists that are trying to pick themselves up after stopping art for a while. Artists want to expand their horizons from traditional to digital. So how the drawing's gonna work? I'm gonna do a live drawing on the 30th. So basically, on the 30th, I'm gonna go through every comment and give a comment a number, basically from beginning to end. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Like you'll see me on the comment write a number, and then whatever the total number is, depends on how many comments we get. I'm gonna put a random number generator between the first and last number, and just let it randomly pick a number. So it's gonna be completely at random. I won't have any control of it. I'll be doing it live, and that person, whatever number is picked, that's gonna be the winner of the tab. And I'll reach out to them. I'll give them a few days to come back to me. If they don't get back to me within a few days, then I'll pick a secondary number. So that's how the drawing is going to be. So I just want to emphasize it's going to be live, and it's going to be completely random. So it's not just me just picking whoever I feel like picking, or if a certain comment I liked it more than the others, or whatnot. Everybody's going to have an equal chance to win, and it's going to be drawn completely at random, and it's going to be drawn live. So that's how that's going to happen on the 30th. I'll make sure I post and everything so everybody knows exactly when, and it will be done on live stream. So that's about it for me. I'm gonna take a quick break for a little while. Probably take a nap since I'm actually retired right now, and then I'll it's just back on the horse and start riding, and just start working on new art. And I'll see you guys out there. One last thing, I will be the next CromCon is September 4, 5, 6. The 4th is like a pre-night. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna be on the pre-night at I believe 9 p.m. on Friday, with my boy Pete doing his Pete's Pit. Pete does a fantastic like an hour and a half or so, but basically he's a fantastic orator and host. Moves the conversation along. We talk about things, bring in some fellow artist guests or friends, cosplayers or whatnot. We all just basically just talk, talk shop and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a very cool time. So I will be on at not at like I said, I believe it's 9, September 4th, Friday, at the on the pre-show, I guess they call it. So you'll catch me there. Any virtual cons out there that want, need a guest or want to talk about art, feel free. Please feel free to hit me up. I got no problem coming on and discussing art and discussing anything you want to talk about. Um, just two things. One, if you are a virtual con and you are charging for spots, do not hit me up because I do not believe in charging for virtual con spots. I believe that's shady. I believe that's just trying to take money away from artists because that's just not right. In this type of economy, if San Diego Comic Con wasn't charging for their virtual con for the artists, if Awesome Con did it previously, they weren't charging. If I'm pretty sure New York Comic Con is gonna do it, they're not gonna charge. If these shows are not charging, you should not be charging for a virtual con. It just is what it is. If not, it's just shady and it just looks really bad. So if you are charging, don't bother hitting me up. Just say it's a trouble. I don't want to have to blow up your spot. I don't want to have to talk bad about you. Just don't hit me up. But besides that, feel free to hit me up. I have no problem coming on. I have no problem talking shop. Let's support each other. Let's bring positivity in. Let's not just try and take advantage of the situation to make a quick buck. It's all about supporting each other, supporting the community, supporting art, cosplayers, crafters, so on and so forth. And just do things the right way. So I'll catch you guys later. I'm gonna jump off now. Like I said, I'm probably gonna eat, take a quick nap, and jump back.